Alright guys, so I just wanted to apologize for my super short Superman review. I disrespected that movie immeasurably, at least I was honest about it, but I wish I talked about it a little bit more because it just didn't feel right. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more here, so you probably will get at least an extended 5-minute review, hopefully. So my thoughts aren't fresh anymore, unfortunately. But I will still stand by with what I said in my initial review. I think this is probably the most comic booky film that we've seen in a while. Definitely the most comic booky Superman movie since 1978. And it's respectful to the source material. I think it did Superman very well. And I think David Corenswet did an amazing performance as this character. And I think he's just perfect in this role. Nobody can convince me that he is bad in this role. Nobody can convince me that he is okay in the role. He is 100% Superman. He feels like Superman. He acts like Superman. He looks like Superman. I think they nailed everything about him. And James Gunn did a phenomenal job directing this movie. And he cooked. I think all the fight scenes in this movie are just great. I think the musical numbers are also done really well. The ending of this film is just immaculate. Everything about this film was honestly perfection in my eyes. This whole film is just literally the best Superman film we have had ever. Lex Luthor is Lex Luthor. He is perfect. He is acted very well. He is written very well. He is a day one hater all the time. He does not stop. He just wants to ruin Superman's life, and that is Lex Luthor. And that speech at the end with Superman, he's like, I'm human and you were wrong about me. Like, that is just peak. That whole speech is just peak. This movie sets up the DCEU so well. I mean, DCU, sorry. So sorry about that. I meant to say DCU, but whatever. Yeah, this film was phenomenal. If you haven't seen this movie yet, I definitely recommend watching it. It is a phenomenal movie. It is great. It is undeniably cinema. It is peak. The castings in this movie are just phenomenal. My childhood was reignited within this absolutely astonishing film. I cannot wait to see what the DCEU goes from here. I am so excited for Marvel and DC next year. I cannot wait. I am more excited for Marvel personally in terms of hype, but I am glad DC is taking their time with the universe because we do not want another colossal, uncritical failure like that ever again. The ending scene of this movie, like I just said earlier, is absolutely perfect in every sense of the word. The changes in this film were actually done so well. They're not done for the sake of shocking people. I mean, it's kind of the point, but it's done. These changes are done so well. And they aren't done just for the sake of changing stuff and being friggin' different. They're actually done well. They're actually done friggin' well. This film is phenomenal. An absolutely perfect film from beginning to end. Easily the best Superman movie. Definitely a top 5 or even top 3 DC movie. Nobody can change my mind. This is better than the entire DCEU. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but if you have not seen the previous DCEU, there's no point in watching it now. Just stick to the new universe. You don't need to watch any other movies or anything. You can just watch this movie without watching any DC related content, and you'll be absolutely A-okay. You will not be confused. You will understand the narrative perfectly, and that is why this movie succeeds. This movie better make $1 billion at the box office. If it doesn't, I'll be devastated. I'll make a video on it. This film was phenomenal. If you somehow still have not seen it to this day, I highly recommend the watch, okay? I highly recommend it. This is such a peak film. This is just a phenomenal masterpiece of a film. If you somehow have not seen it, I highly recommend. Easy 10 out of 10. I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. We are all punk rockers. We are punk rock. Together, we are punk rock. The Justice Gang in this movie are already better than the DCEU Justice League. And they've only appeared in one movie. Think about that for a second. Just another editor's note that I would like to address. Seeing the Hall of Justice in this movie was incredible. I cannot wait to see what the lineup for these characters are going to be in the future moving forward. Okay, back to the rest of the video. The Justice Gang in this movie is peak! Probably the best incarnation of the Justice League we've ever had in live action, and I fully stand by that. Guy Gardner is perfectly cast, Hawkgirl is incredible, and Mr. Terrific steals the show every time he appears on screen. He's genuinely a funny guy. I am genuinely not joking. Mr. Terrific is one of the greatest characters we have had in the DCEU that has been introduced thus far. The cast for the Daily Planet in this movie is genuinely incredible. I think they nailed all of the castings within this film. I think Jimmy Olsen is amazing, Lois Lane is great, Perry White is also cast exceptionally well. I think all of the cast members that played these characters are just amazing. This whole film in general is just amazing. Like I said earlier, an easy 10 out of 10 movie in my opinion. Might be my favorite DC movie. Aside from The Dark Knight, I think this is probably my second favorite DC movie. I stand by that. This is just a great film. This is just such a love letter to the fans, and I wish this movie didn't get such divisive reviews, but yet here we are. A lot of people are loving this movie, but there are some people that aren't liking it, and that's fine. They're entitled to their own opinion. So I'm not angry about it. But I love this film. This is just an exceptional film. Such a work of art. This is just a masterpiece in my opinion. Nobody can convince me otherwise. This is just a deep, flawless film. And it knows that it's not meant to be taken seriously, and I think that's one of the best parts about it, where it's allowed to go really bonkers with the story, and I think that's great. It's just a classic comic book movie, and I wish we got this movie sooner, but now we have, and it is an incredible film. I loved both of these movies, man. They were just incredible, and I cannot wait to see with what the DCU has in stock and what the MCU will have as the years will unfold and go on. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen in the future. I think it's just going to be a great year next year and the years to come. I just cannot wait. And I've yapped for quite a long time today. But before I finish the video, there's a couple of other things I still do want to talk about in this film. Lex Luthor's minions in this movie are just perfect. I think the people that help him in this movie are just incredible. I think that girl with like the spinny things, her name is the engineer. She's pretty cool. The fight with her and Superman and Ultraman is just amazing. The score in this movie is just incredible. I really like it. It's just perfect for this film. The soundtrack as well, when we hear the James Gunn pop songs playing and all that stuff, that's great. James Gunn did a great job with this film. With the music department, he also did a really good job. The twist with Ultraman in this film is expected. I was expecting him to be a clone of Superman, or maybe just Ultraman in general from, the comics and stuff. But I genuinely thought it was going to be Henry as Ultraman when he took the mask off, because it kind of looked like him with the long hair and stuff. Because I thought they were actually going to do that, and I was like, what, really? That's a little interesting. Like, if you're going to cast Henry as Ultraman, why not cast Henry as Superman in this movie? Which I can see why a lot of people were split by that choice. But I think making David Corn to wear Ultraman as well made perfect sense, and their fight is really good. And a lot of people are complaining about Superman killing him, but it was like, it was the only way out. Anyway, yeah, like I said earlier, the LexCorp crew in this film is great. Otis Berg in this film is just goated, but I do wish he got to do more. But he's cool though, seeing him support Lex Luthor and stuff. That's really cool. Lex Luthor's plan in this movie. Actually, before I talk about that, I'm going to talk about Mrs. Tessmacher in this movie. She's just being Mrs. Tessmacher, trying to portray Lex Luthor and all that stuff, because she doesn't want to be with him. She wants to be with Jimmy Olsen and all that stuff, and that's a cool plot line and stuff. That's cool. So Lex Luthor's plan in this film is great. It's just perfect. The plan. It's just Lex Luthor. He's just a day one hater. Bro's been hating Superman since he arrived. So it's made perfect sense. Just made perfect sense, and him trying to frame him and all that stuff. And I actually thought, because apparently a lot of people don't even know Superman's parents were actually terrible people, which, if that's, and I'm pretty sure that's true, I find that to be a little interesting. But yeah, I kind of want to see where this story will unfold. I have said this at least twice in my review, but this is a 10 out of 10 movie. I don't care what people think of me. This is the perfect film. This is the best Superman film ever. There are some nitpicks I do have with the story. Like, I do think Superman is kind of trapped in that glass thing for a bit too long, but that's meant to be the point of his arc. Just another editor's note. There's another moment in this film I do want to talk about. There's this character in the film. He's called Malik Ali. And he helps Superman in this film. Superman gets injured at some point, and this guy helps him up. And this guy's a very, very important character in the movie, because later on Lex Luthor finds him, and he interrogates him. And he interrogates him, I think, about, like, Kal-El's parents or something. Or just, it was something to do with, I think he was like, interrogating him as to where his parents are and stuff. And then, he ends up shooting him, and it's really sad, and Malik Ali didn't deserve this. He was such a goat in this film, and his death was very shocking and unexpected, I will say that. Yeah, I just wanted to say that he was just a great character. Rest in peace. Also would like to say that the newspaper at the end that is written by Clark Kent, and it's about the newspaper that he writes is all about Malik Ali and how much of a hero he was, and that was just an amazing newspaper, and the newspaper also revealed that he had a family as well, so that's even sadder as well. So Malik Ali was such a goat. Yeah, he was a great character. Rest in peace. Metamorpho in this film is incredible. The design for him is perfect. I don't really know much about him. I just know he doesn't want to be a hero. And, yeah, he's just great. He has some really cool moments. And the military conflict in this movie with, I think it's Boravia. They're, like, attacking that other continent. And that kid calling out to Superman, holding up the flag. That's just amazing. And the scene with Jonathan Kent and Superman, he's like, your actions, I can't remember the whole quote, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, that quote, that scene is incredible. That is just Jonathan Kent right there. So I just think that this film in general, this is Superman. This isn't just the greatest Superman interpretation. This is the Superman adaptation, aside from maybe the animated show, which I haven't seen. But my point still stands that this is the best Superman movie ever. You could even argue this is the best DC movie aside from The Dark Knight. It's what The Dark Knight is to Batman, And I'm glad Superman is getting his treatment finally. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to really talk about in this movie. I think it's just a perfect film. I do want to talk about other stuff in the film, but definitely when I rewatch it, I will make another review. So I am so sorry for my initial review being so friggin' short. I am so sorry. This review has been long enough, so I've said this at least 3 times, but this movie is a 10 out of 10. Best Superman movie ever. Nobody can convince me this is a flawed film. There are nitpicks I have with the film, but does not affect the perfect film that it is. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend the watch. Yeah, just a peak film. Highly recommend. Can't believe I didn't mention this, but Crypto is amazing in this film. He has some really, really funny moments. Yeah, he's just a great character. Just wanted to mention him in this video because I somehow haven't for some reason. So, just a bit of an editor's note. I'll put this at some random point in the video, but, yeah, he was awesome in this movie. Don't really need to say anything else. He just had some funny moments, He was all around just a great character, and, yeah, it was awesome seeing him in this movie, and, yeah, it was awesome. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until next time, peace, y'all.